Back in Trinidad, I used to compare myself with some of the world's best speakers, in my opinion. I used to tell myself things like, oh, how I wish I could speak like Lisa Nichols. Or if I could pitch like Forbes Riley, I'll never be broke another day in my life. Sometimes I say, I wish I had the influence of Tony Robbins. And this right here is what forms our mindset. The way we speak about ourselves, the way we speak to ourselves, and how we see and value what we have to offer to the marketplace. Hi, my name is Candice Bailey. I am author of this amazing book, The Stretched Out Life. And this one book has opened several doors for me. I call it the Golden Key. It has made me an international speaker. It has made me income and also allowed me to position myself as a thought leader in the areas of resilience and relationships. So let's jump into it. So today I want to talk about this idea of the mindsets that are holding us back from doing speaking as a full-time career. Now, I don't have the metrics with me and I don't have all the details, but what I do know is that some people they just need 12 speaking appointments for the year, which comes up to one talk per year, and they are set for 2 years. Why? Because they have made this work their main work and the main thing. And of course, they have been able to branch off into several different aspects of speaking, which is authorship, podcasting, and just to name a few. But I believe in 2026, speaking is going to be one of the most needed skill sets for success. Now, why am I saying this? Because people will pay to hear your voice, people will pay to hear you speak, and people are paying to hear a person speak. Why? Because I've experienced it and my clients have as well. So let's get into today's topic. Now, I get all my ideas from the Bible and fresh downloads from heaven. The Bible says in Romans 12:2, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You see this right here? This is one of the most valuable assets. This as well, your mind and your mouth. These two valuable assets. And one of the things that speaker trainers don't teach is your mannerisms, your body language. But we're not going to get there because that is specifically for my one on one clients and group coaching sessions. What I want to talk about today is the mindsets that are holding us back and the shifts we need to make. So the first one is I am not like dot dot dot. I want you to pause. I want you to think about a speaker that you admire. Did you say Candice Bailey? Anyway, that was a joke. So, no, serious. Did you just say you admire me? Anyway, so I am not like dot dot dot. Fill in the blanks in the chat. I am not like, and this is where we need to shift in our mindsets because we fall into the comparison trap. So therefore, we will always be telling ourselves that we are not good enough to go up there and speak. One of the main things that has been holding me back in the past with developing my speaker career is that I had certain thoughts about my external. Candice, you don't have a stylist. Candice, you don't have somebody to do your hair and your nails and your closets and all of these different things. And to be honest, persons remember what I say more than what I wore. More than what I wear is, it's just funny the certain mindset shifts that I had to go through personally to be at this level where I'm at right now. So the comparison trap, I don't sound like this person. And one thing I've noticed, a lot of persons tell me, Candice, you have been in the US for 2 years and your accent is still intact. yeah, I plan to keep it that way. I will admit sometimes when I'm very passionate, the patois comes out with, force and vigor and vibrancy. But I truly believe that there's something unique about my voice. And fun fact, wink, wink, my husband did say that he loved hearing my voice. And that was one of the going characteristics for me. So, yeah, to the voice. Where's the balloons? Where's the balloons? Woo! Anyway, this was a fun balloon I got from a workshop over the weekend, and I decided to keep it. When it does decide to, you know, like I'll 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 find another balloon. But something about this in my room, it gives me this idea of possibilities to keep bouncing, to keep going, to know that you need to take up space and you have a voice. If I was to undo this knot, you would hear the voice of the balloon, which we don't want to hear right now. But anyway, coming back to this, I am not like, put in the chat, who do you compare yourself with in terms of speakers out there? But guess what? That's something to lean into, because if you're comparing yourself with them, there's something about them that you resonate with. You need to find that and refine that in you, if that makes sense. Yeah. The second thing is a big one. So we have the comparison trap. The second trap, or the mindset that we have caged ourselves with, is this idea of metrics. By the way, me doing these lives, it's very interesting because I've always been saying I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to start a podcast, and I kept putting it off. And this is one of the ways in which I've decided to initiate myself into the world of YouTube and all these different things. So drop me a comment, drop me a question, put some hearts in the chat. So it's all good. It's all good. So the second one is my following is under 10K. This is the truth. Some of the best speakers, they don't have a big following. And it's that way for a lot of reasons, maybe marketing, positioning themselves, being consistent with posting content. I have been guilty with that. So that's why recently I've, asked persons to come on board professionally to record my work and record me speaking, because you need a digital footprint. People need to see your past work. And I always tell clients, you are as good as your last performance. Yes, speaking is a performance because you engage your voice, your body, your mind. And I like to call it, TBI, total body involvement. So it is a performance. It's just that you're not trying to juggle balls in a circus, but you are actually putting on a performance so persons could engage and stay awake and alert with your content. So my following is under 10K. I know people and persons who don't have 10K, but they are making 10K. Metrics are important, but they are not the priority. The priority is do the work, be consistent, show up, follow through, and eventually the following will fall into place. I am starting these lives on the 4th of November 2025, and I cannot wait to see what it mushrooms into in the next 2 months. But you need to start somewhere. I do agree it's important to work on your metrics, but when we use metrics as the measurement of success and how good we are as a speaker, it is going to turn our minds into the wrong direction, and we don't want that. I heard somebody say today on a podcast, his name is Marcus. I don't know why his full name is not coming up, but Marcus, you know yourself, kudos to you. He was mentioning this whole metrics game as well. Persons watch metrics and they use it as a measurement, and that affects things, because the truth is Some people will keep scrolling and binge watching your content and they would not engage and you would not know that they were there. So don't get disappointed by the fact that you think you only will be hired and paid to speak if your following is over 10K. No, it's about the value and the impact that you're able to bring to the table. Yeah? All right. The last thing I want to share with you in this video is that there's this mindset or this narrative or this framework that says everyone is saying what I'm saying. Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. Of course, persons will say similar things, but they won't say it the way you have to say it. They won't have the solution or technique or tool that you may have. So I think it's very important for us to not get trapped in the comparison trap, in the metrics trap, or the trap of saying everyone is saying it. I believe if you can find your unique sweet spot, how do you find your unique sweet spot to deliver that unique message? You write down what everybody is saying, you write down what everybody is not saying, and you write down in the middle what needs to be said to bridge what has been said and what has not been said. Ooh, cue confetti. Okay, it won't work because I don't have confetti um, lying around this place, you know what I mean? But you need to find the sweet spot. You need to get into the minds of the persons that you're serving. Start focusing on how to impact them, not to impress, how to impact, how to influence, get them to make moves. And of course, I love talking about resilience as a superpower to navigate life. I love to talk about managing relationships through regulating our thoughts and our emotions because it's real. And I'm a whole wife out in these, I'm not going to say it. But I wear several hats. I am a coach, consultant, speaker, author, wife. Let's take a pregnant pause there. I'm a wife, yes. And sometimes our mindsets could be affected. And some of the ways in which I, as a speaker, keep this muscle alive and this engine working is through prayer, devotion, reading books, having conversations, and just being very real with myself. Recently, I've realized that my speech has changed because I started speaking with persons who don't value the science of communication and speech. So I had to go back and train myself in doing tongue twisters, breathing exercises, all of that jazz. But I love to teach. And I love to teach on speaking because I truly believe that it is a skill set, a gift, a tool that will help all of us to create more income, more impact, and more influence come 2026 and beyond. So, if you're ready to work with me one on one, having me as your speaker coach, I'll be happy to train you. You can follow me on Instagram at Speak with Candice. You can also drop me a message here telling me you're interested. My email address, I'm going to bring my book forward so you can see. So this is my book. So my email address is the name of the book, The Stretched Out Life at gmail.com. I'll be happy to put it in the show notes for you. And do y'all notice, peek my little cup? I got this as a wedding gift, Mrs. 2 years ago. So let us start addressing this issue in our mind, right? Let's start making these mental shifts. So once the mind and the head is shifted, the heart can shift. We could be in unison and harmony and really deliver the information that we need to. So I look forward to coaching you soon. And I hope this was meaningful and a blessing. Take care.